Rescue workers in Brazil are racing against the clock to save people from record-breaking floods that swept across the southern Rio Grande do Sul state, which borders Uruguay and Argentina.
기록적인 홍수가 브라질 남부 히우그란지두술주를 덮친 가운데 현재 구조대원들이 인명피해를 줄이기 위해 얼마 남지 않은 시간 속에서 사투를 벌이고 있습니다. Tell us more.
It's a very dangerous situation. On Thursday, there was a dam at a hydroelectric plant between two cities in the region that collapsed, which meant that one area in particular was flooded. One entire valley was flooded. We've had storms affecting almost two-thirds of the area. We're talking about two-thirds of almost 500 cities. There have been landslides, destroyed roads, collapsed bridges, no power. More than 1 million people lack access to drinking water. 75 people are now officially confirmed dead. There's something like 100 people still missing, and it's a race against time, a race against the clock to wade through water, to find them, to find anybody who's stranded, and to make sure they can keep them safe.
I mean, I've seen pictures and it just looks like a city that was originally submerged in water.
It's very scary, very scary when this kind of thing happens, when this huge natural disaster happens.
Exactly.
But the good news is that rescue workers are on the case.
Yeah, there have been some casualties. A lot of people are still missing, but nonetheless, as you said, rescue work is continuing as we speak. Now, this is called a race against the clock.
Yes, a race against the clock or a race against time means you have to do something within a fixed time limit, and usually a very short time limit. And the thing you have to do is probably very important or urgent. So, for example, you think about newspaper journalists in the old days racing against the clock to get the story in before the printing presses rolled.
Sure.
Or in this case, we have medical teams or rescue teams racing against the clock to find survivors after a natural disaster.
그렇죠. 시간과 싸운다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. Race against the clock라고 얘기를 해요. 자, 그다음에 record-breaking floods라는 표현을 보겠습니다.
Yeah, so a flood is when water flows over riverbanks or lake banks or from the ocean and causes what should be above water to become underwater, a deluge of such. And record-breaking means we've never seen this amount of flooding before.
그렇죠. record-breaking이라는 것은 기록을 세우는 이라는 뜻인데 기록적인 홍수의 의미로 record-breaking floods라고 했습니다. 그래서 지금 진짜 총각을 다투는 그런 상황을 묘사하고 있습니다. Here's the headline again. Rescue workers in Brazil are racing against the clock to save people from record-breaking floods that swept across the southern Rio Grande do Sul state, which borders Uruguay and Argentina.